the impact of both the THC beverage movement happening at the same time as the decline of alcohol. And I say it like that because I don't think it's causal. I think it's just happening at the same time. I found myself pitching a vision of the future to a prominent retailer where I was explaining that alcohol becomes one of many different adult beverage kind of ingredients. THC is a new one, and THC is an opportunity as a gateway, so to speak, to really open our minds about what the adult beverage landscape looks like in the future. And I'm curious as to how you think this movement is it long lasting? And do we imagine like liquor stores changing to adult beverage stores and like having all these different ingredients to play with? What's that look like in the future? And does the branding change? You talked about premiumization because a lot of products today are feeling familiar, but they're putting a different ingredient inside of it. But what you're saying, I'm thinking is like maybe the branding has to change too. If we're truly listening to consumer and what they want, it's not the old brands, it's like something new, something fresh. And so there was a lot there. I just went in a lot of different directions. I acknowledge that, but I don't know. I'm just inspired to really think that we are at the very beginning of this shift, monumental shift in adult beverage.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think a lot of it is still going to play out. And it was a little bit of what we were trying to provoke, even at So Curious with the merchandising. You said you walked in and you felt like you were going through almost like a little kind of bodega. And the idea is like, what does merchandising of the future look like for these choices that adult consumers are demanding? I
Mm,
think one of the things that gets me most excited about this category is throughout history, consumer demand ends up winning usually, right? So yes, it's a regulatory gray area. There's a lot of ups and downs that the category is going to go through, but it was illegal to ask someone to pick you up in their car too, right? Now Uber's a $100 billion company. So I think that consumer demand has its way of ultimately winning in culture. And I think that's where we're at, right? The demand outstrips supply in this
mm,
category today, which is why you've seen so many people enter it. I think as you get to maturity and as you get to distribution density, you'll start to see it go through the ebbs and flows like any category does. And there's going to be some reckoning that comes. There's not going to be thousands of brands. I think there'll be maybe hundreds.